right, another thing that might happen when we go to try to find intersections is that we're not able to actually see the intersection on our graph. So one of the examples is the next problem we'll do. So turn your notes over and you'll see it says, let's try another one. And the reason we give a graphing calculator picture is when you actually show your answer, we want to copy exactly what we saw on our screen. So I would draw my X and Y axis, those two lines, and then label that intersection point. All right, so we want to graph different lines. So we're going to go back to our Y equals. And we want to clear this out. So we're going to press the button clear, scroll down, press the other clear. And now we're going to type our next two equations in. And if you notice, we actually put these in slope-intercept form for you, so you don't have to change it. But if we did have to change it, remember, always just slope-intercept form, since our graphing calculator says Y equals. So this one is 3. Remember, our X button is right next to our alpha, X plus 50. And then negative, so this is where we want to be careful. We're not subtracting, we're actually having a negative number. So we'll press negative, oops, just kidding, parentheses first. So we can clear that out if we make mistakes. Parentheses, negative 1 divided by 2, and then close your parentheses. X is up here. Minus, so now we're subtracting a number, so it's going to be minus 21. So a good rule of thumb is if it's in the very front, we should always be pushing our negative button. If it's not in front, we're subtracting it, and we want to push our subtraction. And you can see how this one looks longer than that one. Okay. Now if we go to zoom 6 again, we wait for our calculator to graph. Boop, I can't see anything. So we need to go back to Y equals and think about our key features. So remember that 3, that M is our slope, and then this number, our B, is our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is 50, and this one's negative 21. If we go to our graph button, which is right here, graph, this graph is only going from negative 10 to 10. So we want to change our y min and max. In order to do that, we're going to press window. Think of this as like your window frame, right? Looks like a window frame. So that's a way to remember what we want to see is in our window. So X min and X max, we're not going to change at all because the only key feature I know right now is my y-intercept. So one of my y-intercepts was negative 21, which is why I'm not seeing it here because it's at negative 10. So let's make it bigger. Let's make it negative 25. And then my other y-intercept was 50. So let's go a little bigger than that. We'll do 55. And there's no perfect window. We just want to be a little further away from our y-intercept so that we can see both of them. So once we have that negative 25 and 55, we're going to press graph. And now I can see that line. Okay. I can see both of my lines. Here's my one with the y-intercept of 50. Here's my y-intercept of negative 21. The only problem is I still can't see where they're intercepting. They're intercepting to the left. So think about if we want to see more to the left, are we going to change our x or our y values? And if I think about left and right, that's my x-axis. Left is the negatives. So I want to go to this negative 10, the minimum, and make that even more negative. So let's try negative 20. And again, there's no perfect way to know what the x's will be. Just try it, press graph, and see if you can see it. I see one line, I see two lines, and that intercept is just barely visible. So we're going to go back to window, and I'm going to make that even more negative. And let's see if that makes it better. Remember, whenever you want to see your graph, you just press graph. Okay, that intersection is way easier to see. Intersection, not interception. I'm thinking football. So remember, second, trace. Second, trace to help us calculate. And we're just trying to figure out where those two lines intersect. Okay. I've got my little cursor. So remember left and right buttons. So I'm going to scroll over, and then press enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! And then our intercept is negative 20.29, watching my rounding, comma, negative 10.86. And that's it.